Alright guys, hello and welcome to our final Doodle video, actually. Because this is our last stream that we're doing that we're going to edit and put on YouTube. Future streams we're just going to leave on Twitch. But I'm thinking of making highlights out of them so they won't like be deleted after a month.
Ooh.
But they won't have like audio editing or anything, they'll just sound like how this stream sounds. Also, I...
Froze for a second.
Froze for a second. I was frozen today. Sir Watts is probably about 30 seconds behind because he just typed a thing.
Oh.
Anyway, but let's get some doodles, shall we?
All right. Well, let's start this off right.
Here's... Wait for the freezing to stop. Grandpa! That's actually a pretty good, old Graham. I like it. I also like how he's slightly cross-eyed because I think that works for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should have known better.
Should have known better. Not entirely sure. That's what I was trying to think of. So, good portrait. I enjoy it.
Thanks.
Here comes number 2.
This is from yesterday, but I fixed it up.
So this is from Chrono Trigger. We're just showing it to you again because it's fun. Now it says smooch. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. We did a lot of Chrono Trigger endings.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes number 3, or number 2, actually. Because old Graham had the goofiest walk.
He was a merry old soul.
I love that. You know what I think I might do, if I remember to do this? I might turn that into an animated GIF where his legs are just like rotating back and forth. Like, I have to remember to do that because that would be great.
Leprechauns are fun.
It kind of... So, Sir Watts said this one kind of looks like Thorin from Rankin Bass.
Oh, yeah. That's the second time I have drawn old King Graham, like his face.
That's true.
He was wearing the crown, the other one.
Yeah. King Baby?
That
was a different stream.
Different King Graham. I've drawn a lot of King Grahams.
This is it's a running motif. I mean, we've played a lot of King's Quest.
I have a square castle on my shirt.
We've played pretty much all of the King's Quest now, except for Mask of Eternity. And that sucks. All the official King's Quests, I should say. Anyway, there's still a few fan games we haven't played, but whatever.
Okay, this is.
You want to try that again? What the heck?
That was something I was drawing I had in my head earlier. It didn't have to do with anything we were doing. It's something for my Instagram feed that I'm going to put up.
Okay.
It's a 4-armed Celtic warrior.
Like, that had nothing to do with King's Quest, but maybe it was that one blacksmith that showed it for half a second. It was like, this guy's underdeveloped, but
anyway,
he has 4 arms.
I'll show that guy on my... I'm going to have him attacking somebody. I'm going to have people decide for me. I'm going to poll people what they want him attacking.
I want him attacking King Graham.
Something that is original is what I'm going to have.
No, King Graham, but he's like graham cracker with a crown on.
Then you'll have to suggest that when I post it on Instagram in a couple of days.
Oh, now I have to do things. This is too much work now.
This one's from the game.
Okay, here we go. One that's actually going to go up. It's the Rat Riders! That 1 second when a goblin was riding a rat.
So I made a goblin riding a rat.
So there you go.
He's got his own rat rod.
He is ratical.
He's ratty!
Yeah!
Daniel Ratcliffe.
Hacked the database! I just suddenly really wish I had this pair of sunglasses that was just sitting off camera that I could just suddenly put on.
Yeah, and your Marty McFly hat.
That would have been nice. But alas.
This one I finished from yesterday. I started during Chrono Trigger.
So this was...
More goblins!
You saw part of this yesterday, but now it's got more things. Goblin in a zeppelin, a goblin in a rocket, a goblin in your pocket, and a goblin with a rocket in his pocket. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. I've actually played like 20 minutes of Mask of Eternity about 20 years ago, and it was terrible. And I never finished it. Mostly because I had to like take 40 minutes to swap the CDs and have them copied to my 300 meg hard drive, and it's a debacle. Not that I'd have to do that today, but the game still sucks. Anyway. As old Doodly is pondering. Alright, next we have... Yarble Snoof! Snooky! Doodle-doo-doo-doo. These are the goofy things that showed up during the epilogue.
Supposed to say Snoke, and I accidentally put 2 E's.
Oh, it's because they were saying, what was it? Shrekky. Shrekky, that's what they were saying.
That frog's very confused by the herbal sniff.
No, I was going to say what I wanted to do when I was talking about the sunglasses. Maybe I'll edit in suddenly like a gif of sunglasses appear on my face, and it's like
You should, man.
Exactly.
Okay, this is a throwback to our very first King's Quest stream, one of the very first doodles I ever did. Did done do.
Here it comes. It's of Commander Shepard. A square castle with round parts. I mean ramparts.
That's what you said.
There we go. Our running gags. The cool thing is that the square castle running gag came back several times tonight. Like, the game almost brought it up a few times.
The game knew better.
The actual square castle showed up, and then the final act of the game was saving the square castle. So I feel like this game has validated us somehow.
It's Valenistas.
Sir Watts said it was the first time that Sir Watts ever took the controls for his family game nights because his dad couldn't figure out how to play it.
On Mask of Eternity?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Because it was like 3D controls, and his dad was like used to point and click stuff, and he's like, I can't figure out his newfangled kids do it.
My dad never played a video game in his life.
Your dad never played a video in his life.
That is not true at all.
Oh, he probably played several. I don't know. I don't know the man. I'm sure he was very video savvy. Okay.
The late 80s. Okay, there is one last... I tricked you. There's one last final doodle.
What?
It's an Easter egg doodle.
I hope it's a doodle of an Easter egg.
I wanted to show that one for nostalgia's sake, that Square Castle. But this one's for you, Jeffrey.
This one's for me.
Only for you.
Only me. What the heck? Oh, gobble gobble! When I said draw this scene at the end.
Yeah, Yarble Snoops. I was debating whether to draw it, and then you're like, you have to draw this. So I'm like, okay, I have to draw it.
Well, it was pretty quick. I mean, it's a puffball with necks coming out of it.
It's a popcorn ball fight.
Also, that was in our very first stream ever.
Too.
It's really, everything's coming full circle tonight, guys.
Four-armed Celtic warriors.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. I feel like I should be eating pizza rolls, and then we will truly be bookending this whole entire player and doodler experience.
We'll go get some pizza rolls.
No, well, I was like, no, we're not. But I was like, I guess we could. Yeah, haven't eaten dinner yet.
Bucket of oil.
Okay. So, as usual, you can go to theplayerandthedoodler.com to check most of those out. The ones that aren't going to be on there, I'm actually going to type out your Instagram this time. But first, I'm going to put up mysteries.deviantart.com. That's for more of his stuff. Post
my art, post my comic,
right.
webcomic that I'm working on, or that I post regularly.
What's the Instagram one?
It is Scarf Boy Mr. Reese.
Boy Mr. Reese, like that?
Yep, that's exactly it. On Instagram, and I post a lot of the same stuff that I do on DeviantArt, and plus some new stuff.
Yeah.
But I post more regularly on there than I do.
But I'm actually going to center this, so it's not so silly.
See that stuff? I ask for feedback on the projects I'm working on. Mm-hmm. And read the comic. Dragon Beans comic.
Sir Watt said, I think you mean everything's coming full square instead of full circle.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Everything's coming up Square Enix.
Everything's coming up Doodler.
I like it, Sir Watts. Thanks for being around with us for so long.
Yeah,
You've been great.
I want to say, and I keep forgetting to do this. So much for the Patreon rewards. Keep meaning to thank our $10 supporters, which is Eternal Kier, Jacob, Alex, who just got married like a week ago.
Alex Magneto. That's what he likes to go by.
Alex Magneto is, and those are our three $10 supporters. So thank you. Also, I do want to say thank you to Sir Watts, who's been with us almost from the beginning.
Didn't you go to high school with him?
No, it was college.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I've known you and him for about the same amount of time, actually.
We're an unlikely ghostly trio.
Because you were my roommate in 2006 when I met you, and he was in men's course in 2006, which is when I met him. So I've actually known you two for about the exact same amount of time. Now you know a bit of my history. Go and write it in the annals of time.
Make up a limerick about how great of a a fan of ours you've been, Sir Watts, and about Jeff's history of knowing all three of us.
That sounds like a really complicated limerick to write in the next 15 seconds.
Any man can do it. It is Sir Limerick Watts. There it is, right there. I just saw a chat up there.
No, it says, I'll really miss you. I'll miss you too. Here's the thing, though. Remember, we're not ending the stream. I'm just scaling it down a lot. But
we're switching.
We're still going to stream every so often, and we'll probably do more Sierra stuff and more Chrono Cross. I have no idea what the future holds for us, to be honest.
We just wanted to take a little break, rearrange. Since we've decided to do this, is when I've picked up on my Instagram and working a lot more on my comic strips, and I've got 2 books already out.
Yes.
2 children's books.
And we'll link to those in the video description when this goes up on YouTube.
One, actually, speaking of collaboration, Jeffrey helped me with several years ago, and I published ABC Monsters. It's a learning book for kids, for the ABCs.
Sorry.
He wrote a bunch of songs for it.
I think my nose is bleeding, but like the outside of it. That's bizarre.
I was doing that earlier.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, I thought you noticed. Before the stream. And then our buddy Randall, who's been on here, the puppeteer, wrote a book and had me illustrated in the fall, Whitey Tidy Christmas. And I post about them on my Instagram too, because they're available on Amazon. And then my third book, which is another children's picture book, should be out pretty soon. I'm just finalizing the cover and a couple of final details. And it's a fun story. So
it's about a boy who doesn't say his prayers, and then a monster comes. What happens next? Just read and find out.
Nobody knows. Well, he has to convince Monster not to eat him, so it's a comedy story and kind of zany and funny.
Oh, and then a wizard comes and kills his mother.
A wizard did it.
Oh, okay, it's like King's Quest, where it's this fun, goofy little story about a boy and monster, but then there's like 3 people die.
Oh, I thought you were making a Harry Potter reference. No. Like his mother gets in the way, and then he's got this. Levi has a scar.
Voldemort shows up,
and the monster's like,
King's Quest.
The monster slowly backs into the closet.
I didn't see any of this. Listen, I got a thing on the oven.
Voldemort talks to him in parcel tongue.
Gotta comb my hair.
I have to go wash my scales.
I have to go pee on her.
Stop it.
Pee in your wallet.
Anyway, if you've been interested in my doodles, I know they're not the most popular thing on the stream, but that's what I do is art. So if you want to follow Instagram, and we're still going to do games and fun stuff.
And the fun thing about following his Instagram is his Instagram. Get it? I'm trying to put it next to the word gram so you can...
I don't post all the doodles on it, but I do post ones that I feel I took longer on and look a little bit more...
Right.
Weren't just like one-off gags usually.
Right. And what I was going to say was on his Instagram is art that he's actually spent time on as opposed to like drawing 10 in the back of me playing some dumb game. So
I posted one from Dokapon today. It was a giant floating eyeball.
I actually saw that because it popped up on Tumblr or something weird.
That was a doodle from Player and Doodler.
There you go.
I reblog them to Tumblr, Facebook, and
it's one
Twitter.
that's in our deck of cards. Actually, hold on, I gotta find it now. We're really just stalling in case Sir Watts is actually writing that limerick.
Yeah, get to that limerick.
Also because, we just like to... it's this one.
We like to talk.
It's the Ace of Clubs. Whoop. There we go.
Yeah.
A monster should know better.
I like drawing giant floating eyeballs, and I'm going to use him in a future children's book that I'm working on too. A different one than any of the ones I've mentioned so far.
Right. You don't actually have to write a limerick, Sir Watts.
But I'd love you to, if you would, kind sir.
It's like if you're asking someone out and you're like, "Hey, we should go out." I'm just kidding. Unless you want to.
Not really. Go out with me.
Player and Doodler. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
Been a long time. We've done a lot of stuff.
I think by the time I edit it all, it will be somewhere around the area of like 800 videos.
It's a lot of videos. Yeah. It's more videos than I've edited.
Have you edited any videos ever?
In the past, yes.
Oh, okay.
Distrito de Colombia #2.
You do seem to have a fondness for floating eyeballs.
Square castles, floating eyeballs. I just got these weird fetishes. I mean, weird interests. That's the word I was going for.
No, they're fetishes.
Oh, you're right.
You're like, square castle. Smoochy. You did draw a square castle with hearts above it once, so...
Yeah, but you're right. I made a square castle into a boombox once.
That's true, too. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. Join us in the future for casual streaming. And the screen keeps freezing, so it's froze on my salute, which was nice. So, good night. And where's the thanks for watching button? I can't.
And good luck.
Night, guys. It's been fun.